you have ever been to India? If you travel to India, you know that it's easier to travel to India than it is to travel within India. And traveling in India is certainly not for the faint at heart. Jackie and I took a car, because it was the only way to get there, from New Delhi out to Pantnagar, which is in the foothills of the Himalayas, to visit an automobile manufacturing plant. And if you talk to my wife, she will tell you that we had 472 near-death experiences on the way. They have rules, traffic rules in India, it's just nobody follows them, right? So they take a 2-lane highway, if you could really call it that. It's more like a 2-lane road, and they turn it into 8 or 9, right? And the way you pass is 2 lorries are coming at you like this. They just sort of split, and you go right through the middle. And so it's a pretty, white-knuckle kind of experience. Well, one of the sights you will see if you travel in India, quite frankly in any third world country, but in India specifically, one of the sights you will see frequently is this. Families of 4, 5, and 6 riding the same motorcycle or motor scooter at the same time, no helmets, no leathers, no protection. One of the patriarchs of Southeast Asian business, probably one of the most well-known entrepreneurs in the world today, is Ratan Tata. He is the chairman of the Tata Group, 93 operating companies, $70+ billion in revenue. One of their flagship companies is Tata Motors. Now, Ratan grew up in a silver spoon kind of environment, but he's witnessed this form of travel all of his life. And one night he was leaving a business meeting in Bangalore. He stepped into his Mercedes with his driver, and he said to the driver, he said, "Please be careful tonight. It's going to be slippery." This was in the heat, the throw of the monsoons. He said, "Please be careful, it's going to be slippery." They got out into traffic and they encountered something that looked like this. And again he said to the driver, he said, "Be careful of them," because they pulled out in front of them. They said, "Be careful of them, they could slip." Well, they went around 2 more corners, and wouldn't you know it, the bike went out from under the dad. The mom went one way, the dad went another, the kids were all over the road, and it was everything they could do to just stop and not run over this family. And at that moment in time, the straw broke, because he realized this was an Indian problem that Indians should be able to solve. And so he went to the automobile manufacturers, he went to the scooter and the motorcycle manufacturers, and he said, "Let's build a safe, affordable form of transportation. Let's get that family off the motorcycle, out of the monsoons, out of the blistering heat, and get them into a safe form of transportation." Well, you know what the response was. Everybody said, "We're not interested, because we don't think you can do it." He said, "Well, we're going to do it anyway." Because he felt called. This wasn't just a business proposition. This wasn't just an entrepreneurial idea. This was about making a profit while making a difference. He felt called. So they started to work on a small car that might be priced at a little more than the cost of a new motorcycle. He went to the largest auto convention in the world, the Geneva Auto Convention, and a Financial Times reporter got a hold of him and said, "Mr. Tata, we understand you're working on a small car project." He said, "Yes, we are. We're excited about it." He said, "Well, tell me about it." He said, "Well, we want to," and he told them what I just told you. And the reporter pressed, he says, "Well, what's it going to cost?" He said, "I'm not prepared to tell you that. We're in the initial embryonic design phases of this. We don't know what materials costs are going to be. I can't tell you that." He said, "Well," you know how reporters can press, right? He said, "Well, would 1 lakh rupees be about right?" At the time, 1 lakh rupees was the equivalent of $2,100 US. He said, "Yeah, that's in the zone. I'm not prepared to tell you, but that's in the zone." Next day, headline in the Financial Times read, "Tata's to produce 1 lakh car." And Mr. Tata said, at that point, I had a choice. I could go back and refute the headline, or we could take that as our charge. He said, the hardest time I had was going back to our senior engineers and convincing them that we could build a 1 lakh car. Now, what do you think the real experts in the auto industry said when they heard about this? They laughed. They said, "You know what, if he does it, it'll be a piece of